After years of Whoopi Goldberg dominating The View dismissing conservative voices and running the show like her own personal domain, it finally happened. She met her match. For years, she bulldozed through debates, shutting down opposing viewpoints, but now someone has stood up to her. The once unchallenged authority on the show is no longer untouchable, as a worthy opponent has stepped in, changing the dynamic and challenging her leadership.
If you don't have anything to say, you blab. You just go on and 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 on.
This wasn't just a debate, it was a public beatdown. Karoline tore into Whoopi Goldberg's hypocrisy, completely shutting down her nonsense and leaving the entire panel speechless for the first time ever. The aftermath? A massive backlash. ABC executives are reportedly in full-on panic mode, and rumors about major firings are circulating. As for Whoopi, well, she might be done for good. So what exactly did Karoline say to humiliated Whoopi live on air? The moment was nothing short of explosive, and it's shaking up the entire show's dynamic. Viewers were left stunned as Karoline expertly dismantled Whoopi's arguments, making her look not just unprepared but completely outmatched. The fallout has been swift and intense, with many wondering if Whoopi's time on The View is coming to an end. You definitely don't want to miss this moment. But first, smash that like button and hit subscribe for more uncensored takedowns and fiery political showdowns. Just subscribed? Awesome. Let's dive in.
Voters do not agree with these despicable women on The View. They are wildly out of touch with the vast majority of Americans, and frankly, they should seek immediate.
The disaster started when Whoopi, Joy Behar, and the rest of The View decided to lecture Karoline Leavitt on wokeness, and as usual, it got ugly. Whoopi, with her trademark smugness, rolled her eyes, dismissing Karoline's perspective, while Joy Behar couldn't resist throwing in her typical bitter jab. The tension was palpable as the panel tried to belittle Karoline's stance, but what followed would leave everyone stunned, with Karoline hitting back in a way no one saw coming, leaving Whoopi and Joy speechless.
Because she said something yesterday that really pissed me off. And that was, she said, there will be no wokeness here.
Oh, yeah.
Let me explain something to you, because without that wokeness, you might not have that job.
The most divisive and disgusting speech that any president, certainly in my lifetime, has ever given. He essentially waged war on half of the country by saying that we are all a threat to democracy because we believe in putting America first. It's not radical to want to put your country and your own people first. It's not radical to want to have a strong border, a strong military, and to unleash the might of your own economy, not economies around the world. You know, we have seen cultural Marxism trickling its way through every institution in this country. The public school system, the higher education university system, Hollywood, big tech, the corrupt mainstream media that I fought against in President Trump's White House are indoctrinating my generation of Americans into hating our country, hating one another based on race and gender and sex, and all of this other BS, quite frankly.
Are we now judging women based on their appearance? The irony is overwhelming. These are the same women who claim to support other women, yet only until one of them expresses conservative views. At that point, their so-called support disappears, replaced by mockery, denigration, and attacks. It's a blatant double standard. Encouragement is only given to those who share the same viewpoints, while those with differing opinions are stripped of respect and support. This hypocrisy becomes painfully obvious to anyone watching. Instead of empowering all women, they selectively support only those who align with their own beliefs, leaving no room for diverse perspectives.
She's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. You know that's what it is.
I want to be clear, though, it's not her first job. It was her first press briefing. She worked in the previous Trump administration.
For obvious reasons, Karoline's accomplishments are truly remarkable given her age. In contrast, Whoopi's achievements appear to reflect the bitterness of someone who is growing older and more resentful. While Karoline continues to rise and thrive, Whoopi seems increasingly consumed by negativity, unable to match the same energy or success. Where Karoline's career is marked by growth and new opportunities, Whoopi seems stuck in a cycle of cynicism and jealousy, unable to embrace change or progress in the same way. Karoline's trajectory highlights a refreshing drive and ambition, while Whoopi's path seems defined by stagnation and discontent.
you want to take this?
So you cannot be attractive and smart? I will try to give Joy the benefit of, well, thank you. I try to give Joy the benefit of the doubt that she didn't see that briefing. Because if you saw that yesterday on numerous topics, no big binder, I think she might have had a different impression of this young woman who held her own.
I mean, you would have to give her the benefit of the doubt that she did absolutely no research or reading about anything dealing with Karoline Leavitt before she made that remark. Because Karoline Leavitt she went to St. Anselm College. She worked for WMUR.
Ran for Congress?
In New Hampshire. She ran for Congress at the age of 25. Put out a very good campaign.
But here's where it gets juicy. Karoline didn't flinch, not even a stutter. She stood her ground, completely unfazed by the attacks, confidently delivering her points and leaving her critics with nothing to say. It was a moment of pure dominance.
She lost by 8 or 9 points, but she still put on a good campaign. Then she was the press secretary for the Trump campaign, going on TV literally every day.
Well, heavily pregnant and a new mom.
Yeah, she's a new mother. And then she goes out yesterday and gives and this is speaking very objectively, because I've watched every press secretary since going back to Marlon Fitzwater. Yeah, I'm that old. And she went out there for her very first briefing at the age of 27 years old, the youngest press secretary ever, and did a terrific job.
Now, let's hear what Whoopi has to say about all of this. Honestly, it's not much of value, but I've decided to share it just to be fair to both sides. While Karoline's response was powerful and impactful, Whoopi's reaction didn't carry the same weight, but it's important to present both perspectives, even if one seems to fall flat compared to the other.
Women are completely out of touch with reality, and you're right, ABC should wake up.
I would like to talk about Joe Biden and Donald Trump, who you work for.
I am stating facts that your colleagues have stated in the past.
Okay,
now,
I'm sorry, guys. We're going to come back out to the panel. Karoline, thank you very much for your time.
Karoline fired back with undeniable force. Whoopi, do you even hear yourself? You sit up here preaching about women's empowerment, but the second a conservative woman succeeds, you say it's because of her looks. Boom. The room went dead silent. Even Joy Behar, the queen of interruptions, had nothing to say. But Karoline wasn't done. She kept going. Wokeness isn't about equality. It's a political tool used to shut down anyone who disagrees. And Whoopi, you prove it every single day on this show. The gasps from the audience were impossible to ignore. Social media exploded in seconds, and Whoopi was left exposed. Karoline completely owned Asterisk, the View Asterisk in that moment, turning the tables in front of millions of viewers. The backlash was immediate, with Karoline's words trending nationwide. ABC was in full panic mode, scrambling to handle the fallout, and just when it seemed like things couldn't get worse, what happened next only fueled the fire, escalating the situation even more.
So good. So good. In a statement afterwards, this young lady claimed her, quote, on-air snub proves that you-know-who will not be treated fairly in the upcoming debate. Now, do you think this is going to make people doubt whether CNN can stay objective, or is this more of the same of, everybody's against me, it's all rigged, I tell you. Is everything rigged?
No, it's their MO. That's what they do. Rachel Maddow said last week, she's like, if the election is lost, it was rigged. If there's a debate, then the moderators are probably biased and they're prejudiced against me.
While I vowed to provide the truth from this podium, we ask that all of you in this room hold yourselves to that same standard. We know for a fact there have been lies that have been pushed by many legacy media outlets in this country about this president, about his family, and we will not accept that. We will call you out when we feel that your reporting is wrong or there is misinformation about this White House.
Boom. She's got more.
I would like to point out to each and every one of you that in 2024, when Joe Biden was in the Oval Office, or upstairs in the residence sleeping, I'm not so sure, egg prices increased 65% in this country.
Bam!
ABC executives were horrified as the situation unfolded. Reports began leaking that producers were furious with Whoopi, sponsors were getting jittery, and even some die-hard View viewers started turning on her. Then the real bombshell dropped. Whoopi Goldberg was mysteriously absent from the next episode, and ABC's official statement, Whoopi is taking time to reflect on recent discussions. Yeah, sure. We all know exactly what that means. Whoopi Goldberg, the face of asterisk, the View asterisk, was now on the chopping block, but the fallout didn't stop there. At this point, the writing was on the wall. ABC faced a tough decision. Do they clean house and bring some balance to the show, or do they keep doubling down, risking a total cancellation? Let's be real. Asterisk, the View asterisk thrives on controversy, but when the backlash outweighs the ratings boost, it's game over. And right now, ABC is walking a razor-thin line. With advertisers pulling back, their credibility shot, and viewers tuning out, asterisk, the View asterisk might finally be on its last legs. Could Karoline Leavitt have just delivered the final nail in the coffin? It's a real possibility. Her fiery takedown of Whoopi exposed the show's underlying issues, and the public response has been massive. Now it's time for you to weigh in. Was Karoline's takedown the most epic moment in asterisk, the View asterisk's history? Did Whoopi finally cross the line, and does she deserve to be fired? And most importantly, is this the end of asterisk, the View asterisk as we know it? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And before you bounce, smash that like button and hit subscribe so you don't miss any breaking updates or uncensored takedowns.